friend of mine that I have coffee with, who used to be the commander with the flotilla, um, he had mentioned the other day if I wanted him to come over and help me with anything, he'd be more than happy to come over and help, and I appreciate that. The problem being is he's 71 years old as well, so now we got two old timers out there trying to do something. And sometimes we get in one another's way, and that aggravates me, to believe it or not, because if I'm ready to do something and I'm doing it, I want to be able to do it and turn around and do what I got to do and get, not turn around and walk around somebody or wait for somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I'm impatient, but I know what I'm capable of doing and the time that I have to do it in before my back starts acting up. Now, I could be standing out there doing something, or you're standing out there dodging something, and it's still the same amount of time, and my back's still going to act up. It's not one of those things to where if I'm doing light work versus doing heavy work, heavy meaning my back would act up quicker. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. I've got about a good 4 hours of 100% or 110%. I can probably keep up with any of you guys out there within that 4 hours, as long as I don't have to run. But what I'm saying, normal work, roofing, siding, whatever, splitting wood, even with an axe. I mean, it doesn't make a difference, painting, whatever, again, as long as I'm not jogging, and I have to do a lot of running, I can keep up with just about anybody out there for about 4 hours, or if I'm just standing out there in the backyard and just walking around in the yard, 4 hours, that's about it. Doesn't make a difference. 4 hours, 4 hours. So by having somebody, even my wife, I'll tell her sometimes, just go in the house. Well, I understand that, babe. And she's trying to help, and I understand that. But sometimes it's better just do what you want to do. Go in the house, read a book, watch TV. You do, if you want to do yard work, do whatever it is you want to do other than helping me, because you're just going to slow me down. And then I'm going to start yelling, and that's what happens, because I do start to get ornery after a while, because the time is short, the time is coming up, and I want to get it done, so I don't have time to sit there and explain, or tell you every move. By the time I explain it to you, I can do it, if you know what I mean. I'm sure all you guys know what I'm talking about. That's my second cup of coffee today. So meanwhile, Tom wanted to come over. He said, I can help you split wood. He says, I can't do anything heavy lifting. He says, but I can bend and things like that. Well, that's fine. But if you can't lift anything to put it on the wood splitter, how are you going to split it? And if I'm splitting it, I'm only going to throw it into the bucket on the tractor, which is going to be parked right next to the splitter. So I can throw that into the bucket in the tractor. I can drive the tractor into the shed and dump the bucket. So again, I don't need you. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Yeah. Now I did ask him, and he was going to come over, and I said, forget about it, because it's just a little too cold out there this morning. It was cold. It's still not bad, but I've kind of acclimated to the day. But I mentioned to him yesterday in a text that it'd be good maybe to have him come over, and he can sit in the passenger side of the van and read to me the where to on the wires on the auto start and the alarm. This way I'm not always stopping and looking and stopping and looking. He can say, okay, you got to take your red and red-white wire, and you got to connect it to a constant hot. All right, okay, well, I'm under there, so now I do that. All right, now we're done with that one. Well, okay, now take your pink wire. You know what I mean? So this would have been nice. But again, this morning it was just too chilly, and as the time goes on, it's going to take a little too much time to do it like start now, for instance, because it's going to take 3 or 4 hours for me to do it, where it would take a professional, somebody that does it all the time, half an hour, because they know all the wires are run, so they don't have to run any wires. They don't have to hook up the horn or the siren. All they have to do is get under the dash and hook up a dozen wires. And if they've done it all the time for their life, they're going to know exactly what wires they're dealing with, and they'd be done in a half an hour's time. So because all the time-wise labor time is done, because I've already done it all. So, but basically that's where we're at. So here's a 3D camera. Excuse me. Someday I got to try to do something with that green screen I have up there, and I'm sure you guys can see it. I'm walking you around with this 3D camera, but you can see. But up on top there, I'm going to put you down here for now. Up on top, I got that green screen, and I still haven't done anything with it. I think I did that one test real quick just to see what it did or didn't do, and then after that, that was it. So other than that, nothing accomplished. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's about it. So it's coming up on 1500. So I'm probably just going to say I'm going to go in now. I've been out here for 3 hours, 4 hours. I've been to the gas station. I've been on a call. I've been out and about. It's going to be here. You're going to see it. It's going to be a lengthy video. You can watch it or not. Again, I apologize for these long videos. For those of you who just want something to watch, there it is. Again, a lot of them, I'm figuring on that the kids and things watch them that are out of state. And if they watch them, they'll text me. They don't get on the internet. They don't get on YouTube. I says, are you on YouTube? Well, we go on and watch a video, or we do this or we do that occasionally, but we don't sign in. We're not signed up. We don't have an account. We use Facebook for everything. Well, okay. Well, I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have it, but it's just so much crap going on Facebook. I just don't deal with Facebook. All right, guys, I'm gonna head in.